Hey guys, welcome again to another HIIT workout. We're gonna be using our mat and our body weight for today's session. We're gonna start with a small dynamic warm-up. We're gonna go ahead and start standing tall. We're gonna walk all the way to plank, back and forth 5 times. So walking all the way to a plank position. Make sure wrist, elbow, shoulders are stacked on top of each other. Straight line from head to toe. And then slowly back up. Always make sure to breathe and slowly bend the knees. Make sure the whole palm is flat on the floor. Slowly stand up, 2 more. Hinge, walk all the way. Stop as soon as the wrist comes under the shoulder. Back up, last one. You're gonna stay in a plank position. From here, you're gonna take 1 step forward. You're gonna lower the hips, pull the knees out, and rotate. Make sure the wrist is under the shoulder, and then I'll rotate back. Place my arm down, step back with the foot. Alternate, lower the hips, pull the knees out. And then rotate. That's a good way to open up the hips. Last one on the other side. Rotation is coming on from the upper back. Walk slowly back up. And then slowly stand straight up. From here, I'm going to place my arms on the hips. Make sure the toes pointing straight. Feet hip width. I'm going to hinge back. Back at the top. So warming up the hams, the glutes. Taking your hips back. It's more of a hip hinge movement. Five more. Always make sure the feet are planted to the floor. So big toes, small toes, heels are always pressed down. Last one. Nice. From here, we're going to do some hip rotation. So either you stand close to something, so you're not using your balance. You're going to start, lift your knee up, lift your ankle up, rotate, pull the knee to the side. Lift your ankle towards the ceiling, take your knee back, and then finish down. You're going to reverse it. Flexion of the knee, all the way up, and forward again. 1 more rep. So up, keep the base leg, keep this knee locked. Open up the hips while keeping the hips facing forward. Ankle towards the ceiling, knee back. Control down, reverse it. Good. Go ahead and do the other side. So when you take your knee to the side, make sure you're not spinning your hip or taking your hips with you. Lift your ankle up, take your knee back. Control the leg down. Reverse it. The slower the better, the more you have control over the rotation. Try not to compensate by arching the lower back or leaning forward. Make sure it's only coming from the hip. Alright, good job. Now with the hips are warmed up, we're going to do some squats. Squat down, 10 reps. Sitting back and down. Few more. go on the shoulders. So elbow stays shoulder level, shoulders down, wrist neutral. Internal, external, rotate the shoulders. Back and forth. All the way behind your back. Touch the lower back. Lift your arms away from the lower back, hold. Bring them here, rotate all the way behind your head without arching the lower back or looking down. You're gonna go a couple of reps here, back and forth. Last one. Try to go as high as possible behind your lower back, touch the mid back, land there, keep your wrist neutral. You're gonna do some shoulder blades rotation. So you're gonna lift your shoulder blades up, back, down, forward. Make sure not to hike up the shoulders. Make it all coming from the shoulder blades. So it's a small movement up, squeezing back, down, forward. Keep it smooth, fluid, in a circular motion. Try not to move the elbows. Try not to stick your neck forward or the arch of the lower back. These are the compensation you need to watch out from doing. Reverse it. 2 more. Alright, good job. We're gonna finish with some wrist warm up and then we're gonna start. First exercise, you're gonna do a push up. You're gonna go pike back, relax your arms, and then return to a push-up position, shoulder taps. So you're gonna go for a minute. All right, now the wrists are warmed up. We're ready to start with the first exercise. So I get this time on. So in a push-up position, get set. 1 push-up. Pike back, relax your arms, shrug, take your hips all the way up towards the ceiling, return to wrist above your shoulders, tap, tap without swinging too much the hips. You go for a minute. The wider you go with the feet back, with the legs, the more support you get for you not to rotate or swing too much with the hips. 30 more seconds, let's go. Pike back, return, tap, tap. Okay, good job. We're going to continue with single leg deadlifts. Targeting the hands and glutes. To get more of the activation of the hams, I don't want you to lock the knees. So you're going to keep this position. You're going to squeeze up, keeping your knees soft so you can activate and contract more the hams. So here, squeeze up. So 3/4 of the way up, keeping your knees soft, and then activating the hams. I need you to imagine as if you're corkscrewing your feet into the floor. So that will rotate the hips, give you more of activation of the hams and glutes. Because we don't have weight, so we need more. We need to put the hams more under tension. So that's a good way and challenging way if you don't have weights. And always, it's a hip hinge. You're taking your hips back and squeezing up 3/4 of the way up without locking. It's not wrong to lock, but we're just trying to get more of keeping the tension more in the hams. All right. We're going to continue with core. So we're going to start by laying on our back. We're going to bring the elbow towards the knees. Exhale. Inhale, extend legs, arms back, and and then all the way exhale, V-ups. So from this position, inhale all the way up. While you're doing that, your lower and mid back are always flat on the floor, so you don't have to lower too much the legs. As soon as you feel like you're arching the lower back, stop there. Keep pushing your belly button always towards your lower back, so you save your back and you get more of this core activation. Now from here, I'm going to take this position, bicycle crunches. Hold. Try to reach towards the knee, you don't have to touch. Extend the opposite leg. Exhale every time you crunch. Alright, let's get going. We're going to continue with crab reach. Crab is a good exercise to strengthen the back muscles while stretching your chest, and that's great if you have, or if you're sitting the whole day and you have like this hunched forward position. So that's a great exercise to open up the chest while strengthening the upper back muscles. So in this position, I'm going to go for a 3-point bridge. Frame my head with my arm. Control my arm here, lower the hips down. So follow your fingers so you can go in a 3-point, a straight line back. While you're doing that, always make sure to rotate your shoulder out. So I'm rotating my shoulder while I'm taking my arm back. Alright, we're gonna go to the other side. Alright, the next exercise we're going to do glute bridge for 30 seconds, then glute march for stabilizing the hips for another 30 seconds. So with the glute bridge, we're going to start by laying on our back. I'm going to land on my heels, press my elbows to the floor, and then up and down. To get more challenge, I need you to just like bend the spine down, meaning you're moving the spine one vertebrae after the other till your tailbone touches the last thing down, while tucking your pelvis to the end. So all the way up, squeeze the glutes, and then slowly control down. When you lift up, I need you to imagine you're pulling the floor underneath you so you can activate for the hands rather than hyperextending the lower back. Now in this position, we're going to stay up, march. Bringing the knee all the way towards the chest and slowly control. Ankle goes on back under the knee. Keeping your hips up, keep squeezing those glutes. Slowly controlling the leg down. Make sure it's not dropping down. You're controlling it all the way till it touches the floor. Now hips slowly down again. Nice. We're going to continue by strengthening the lower back. We're going to do Supermans. So with the Supermans, we're going to lift up, we're going to rotate, control back, and then slowly lower down. So start by laying all the way down, arms on your head, lift up, rotate, control back, slowly lower limbs down. Now we're going to lift, laterally crunch, control back, slowly down. Always make sure to differentiate between a rotation and the lateral crunch. So this is a rotation and this is bending to the side. We're going to target the obliques. We're going to do some side crunches. So all the way, laying on our side, shoulder, arm here, shoulder level, crunch. Inhale, expand your rib cage. Exhale, crunch, bring your knee towards the elbow towards the knee. Try not to lift too much the shoulder. I mean, it can lift a bit, but don't exaggerate. Don't lift here. Keep it here and crunch. Feel the contraction more in the obliques and the side part of your abs. All right, go ahead and switch. Inhale, expand. Exhale, crunch. Keep looking straight. You're crunching lateral. The breathing really helps. So every time you take your arm back, take the chance to inhale and exhale while you crunch. All right. Last exercise, we're going to target the quads. We're going to do the reverse hip extension in this position. So we're going to start in this position, feet flat on the floor, arms folded on our chest, tucking your pelvis in, bracing your core, leaning back, and then back again by pushing the feet into the floor and lifting back up again. Make sure there's a straight line from your head to your knees while you're leaning back and then pushing back up again. It's important to engage the core, pelvis tilt, tucking your pelvis, posterior pelvic tilt, squeezing those glutes back and forth. Alright guys, that's the first round. Let's have a minute break and we go for round 2. Alright, back from the top. Push-up position. Wide feet. Pike back. Relax your arms. Take your hips all the way towards the ceiling. Return to the push-up. Tap. Tap. When you return to the plank, from here, when you return to the plank, keep your hips low, and then tap. All right. single leg glute bridge. Sorry, deadlift. All the way, chest band to the floor, back up, keeping your knees soft, squeezing those hams. Stretch. All right. On the floor, we're gonna continue with quad core. So we're gonna start elbow to knee, inhale back, exhale all the way to the up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Go slow, focus on breathing, keeping your mid and lower back flat on the floor. Alright, from here we're gonna do the bicycle crunches with 1 second hold. Alright, take it off. We're going to do the glute bridge. Oh, we have the crab reach before. So I'm going to start forming a capital M with our body. Looking all the way up, glute stays close to the floor. Whenever you're ready, you're going to place your arm in front of you, all the way to a 3-point bridge. Frame your head with your arm, toes, thumbs pointing down. Control here, slowly hips down. Now switch. All right. Rest. All right, glute bridge. So press your elbows down, heels close to the glutes, lift your hips up, squeeze those glutes, slowly lower down. You're always pulling the knees out, especially when lower down. Don't make the knees cave in. You're always pulling the floor back.
We stand together.
So you can activate all the hams and then slow lower Next time you're up, stay up and then march.
We know what it is. We have not time for that.
Slowly control your foot down. Keep your hips up. Keep pressing your elbows down so you can keep your hips up. Good. Slowly lower the hips down. All the way to the tailbone touch the last 3 down. Nice.
We are lost.
Alright, so we're gonna continue with Superman to target the deep muscle in the lower back. Make sure the lower back stays strong. Just start by placing our arms on our head. Lift up, rotate, throw back slowly down. Now we're gonna do the lateral crunch or the bend. So bend to one side, slowly lower down. Roll left, bend, control back, and then slowly lower down.
We have no time for that. If we make mistakes, we are lost.
All right. Alright, side crunches. So arm shoulder level. Got inhale, expand the rib cage. Exhale, bring your elbow towards the knees. Keeping your shoulder as much as possible and the shoulder blades touching the floor.
United as one. Forward on we go.
Keeping your knees together as well. Alright, let's go ahead and switch.
If we make mistakes, we are lost.
Alright, so here we're gonna fold our under the chest, keep our feet flat on the floor, tuck your pelvis in, brace your core, lean back, and push back again. So from the side, looks like this, so tuck your pelvis in, bracing your core, slowly up and down. So other than activating the quads, it's a good core workout. Okay, nice. Whew, a minute break, we still have one round. Okay, push-ups. Spread your fingers, wide feet. Push up, tight back, hips all the way out towards the ceiling, shrugging, stretching your hips and hams, relaxing your arms, returning back in a push-up position or plank position. Tap without swinging too much with the hips. Right. I'm gonna continue single leg deadlift. So keep your foot planted to the floor, hinge back, and then squeeze all the way up, keeping your knees soft. Hinge, 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 stop. You don't have to round the back. Chest up, core engaged, stop here. All the way up. Go ahead and switch. So corkscrew your feet into the foot into the floor. Hinge. Okay. Woo. All right. From here, elbow to knee, inhale back, exhale be up. All right, stop here, 90 degree with the legs, bicycle crunches. Hold, hold. All right, all the way down, relax. Rest. Take it off. I'm going to continue with crab reach. If your wrists start to bother you, you can either rotate your wrist slowly while keeping your elbows close to your body, just to warm up the wrist before putting too much extension. So in a capsule M position, arm here, 3-point bridge, all the way back, thumbs pointing down, come here, slowly hips down. All right, switch. All right. Move bridge. Pressing your elbows down. Lift your toes up. Hips up. Slowly segment the spine down to the table, just the last thing down. You're always pulling the floor underneath you, so you get this more activation. Your calves. Push your belly button down into your spine, towards the spine, and slowly lower down. Up, squeeze, hold, slowly lower down. Keep your hips up, march. That's a great way to stabilize your hips and your legs. Try to go slow and then control the leg till it touches down. That's the hard part. To control yourself. Good. Slowly roll the hips down. Alright, we're going to continue with Superman. So we're going to do 30 seconds rotation. This is rotation. And it's 30 seconds lateral crunches. So rotation first. Lateral. All right. Continue with side crunches. All right, let's switch. Whew. Okay, last exercise, reverse body weight, hip extension, back, push back slowly, forward. So tuck your pelvis in, brace your core, hold your arms in your chest, and then slowly control back up. Woo! All right, guys, that's it. Good job. We're gonna catch our breath, have a sip of water. We're gonna go for a small stretching at the end. I'm gonna start by laying all the way back on the side. The lower leg, I need you to keep your knee locked, toes pointing up. Go ahead and grab your foot and keep your knee under your hip as much as possible, tucking your pelvis in, feeling the stretch in the hip flexor, holding it there, breathing into it. Two more breaths. With every breath you're trying to pull the leg more back as much as you can tolerate without hurting yourself. Okay, now from here you're going to stay in this position. You're going to come here, trying to stretch the side part of the back. So now I feel it here. I'm going to place my knee above the lower knee, and then keeping nice space as much as possible between my ear and my shoulder. If that's too much, you can stretch it from here. So you can place it here, get this stretch also. And keep the lower leg locked, straight. Alright, go ahead and switch. Go to the other side. You're going to start by leg all the way down. Same thing. Stretching first the hip flexor, then continue for the QL. Always tuck your pelvis in so you can get the stretch more in the hip flexor rather than the spine or the lower back. Two more. Alright, slowly leg down. This position. Keep the lower leg locked. And then place the knee above the other. Just keep a straight line. Slowly stand up. And actually, either you stand up or you stay on your knees. You're going to stretch the shoulders. Rotate your palm out so you can get more stretch in the back part of the arm. Always tucking your pelvis in, reducing the arch of your lower back. Keeping your elbow locked. And pulling the arm against you, towards you. It off. Alright guys, that's it for today. Have a nice weekend. Take care and I'll see you next week.